Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kate Expectations. Kate's decided to join me one more time, at least. Kate, thanks for coming out today. How are you?
Good. I'll bug you another week. It's okay.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad that you've decided to. That's wonderful. No, I mean I probably I mean, let's be honest. I could get one replacement. I could get Aldi. I don't know.
You
I
should
don't,
totally have Aldi.
he's
Love Aldi.
he's been making such a big deal
Oh, you
of
need
it.
to have Aldi.
One day I will. One day I will. But it's hard to work his name into like crate. Like we're trying to continue the wordplay, and it just doesn't work. So we're. I'm sorry. We're stuck here, Kate.
Sorry you're stuck with me.
No sorry at all. Yeah. So a few different things we'll be talking about today. I don't know. Do you want to fill people in on what are we talking about today? Putting you on the spot. I know.
Oh
I don't think I
God.
even warned you.
I asked you like, are we talking about this and this? I'm like, I don't know if I really got an answer, but I guess we're talking about. Well, you wanted to go over the Poggle Omicron, right?
Sure. That's fine.
Are you making me make up the schedule? That's
I'm
what it feels
just
like right now.
I just thought I'd put you on the spot for a minute. That's all.
All right. Well, okay, we'll go with it. You said the Poggle Omicron that
hmm
was dropped today. Well, you're going to post this tomorrow, so yesterday, technically.
It's
The
weird to say
lifter
yesterday,
units.
though.
It is. It is.
Oh.
I mean, technically, it is yesterday for me now. It's after midnight.
Oh
So it is yesterday.
yeah.
The lifter units. We'll actually remember to do a character review this time. And then
Right.
I picked the trigger photo.
Mm. Which triggers me. No.
And then you picked the, I don't know what pack. Did you pick the pack we were talking about earlier?
Oh yeah. The weird dash one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
There
the
you go.
agenda. We'll see if we actually cover it all.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get to a roster roast. I think you're too nice. At least in
I
public.
think I am. I
No.
feel what? Make me sound like a jerk.
In public, you're not a jerk. So.
Oh my God.
No, you're good. I mean, like in public, I'm kind of a jerk, anyways. So there's that. You do a good job of downplaying it, at least, making it feel better here. No, you're awesome. So,
So you want to start
yeah,
with the Poggle Omicron?
if you will, if you'll agree to that, then sure.
Yeah, I just got to read it.
Oh, have you? Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I mean,
Look, you caught me when I finished work. Coming at it. I glanced at it during my dinner break.
right.
Sounds
I
good,
guess.
but I don't. I read this very quickly. I don't know if this is really gonna change too much, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so it's for territory wars, and it's essentially just gives. You know what it makes, what it sounds like to me a lot is, it makes me think of like the Chirpa Omicron, which I know you probably don't care about the Ewok
Trying to
Omicrons,
remember
but
what his is.
well, like Chirpa just gives like a bunch of speed and just like kind of enhances the, like Ewoks all attack out of turn and like take a bunch of bonus turns, or not bonus turns, but like they're constantly taking extra turns and attacks, and just no damage, but just perpetually out there doing stuff. And like the Geos are already a little bit like that, anyways, in the sense that they all attack all at the same time, anyways. This one just gives them a bunch of extra stats. They're like, hey, you have like 60 extra speed, and like you can hit harder and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like, are you really gonna do much with this? Like, I know we use the geos to like clean up GLs, and like,
Right.
and it's only like a couple of them anyways. I mean, if anything, it'll just make maybe the cleanup easier. But I don't. Are you gonna use them all as like an offense or defense team? Do you think?
Well, I think it's a little crazy to like. Why would I put an Omicron on a cleanup team? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
yeah. That's like my thought process. I'm like, they're actually like a viable cleanup team for me. So I really want to do
Right.
that.
Oh, well, like so like one of the counters that I always used to do way back in the day, back when geos were way more relevant. People put them on defense all the time, and like the cheap counter for me was I used Night Sisters, and even though you'd think that this would stop Night Sisters, but the thing is, Geos are really bad at making good life decisions. Like they just don't. They're like DACA who? Like they just have this huge blind spot for DACA. They're like we want to kill zombie. They like the zombie's just an abomination to them, and so they just kill zombie, and zombie's like, hey, I'm not even taunting. They're like, we'll kill you again anyways, and until you ramp Passage up so much that you just kill everyone. Like every once in a while they'll just like randomly one shot like Talzin or something, but like it doesn't matter how strong the geos are. In fact, this probably would escalate things faster because they just kill you faster.
Yeah,
And like to me, like if you put them on defense, like Night Sisters just destroy them.
yeah. I don't think it's really gonna do too much. Maybe just strengthen your cleanup team, but I don't really foresee us using it for anything else. But then, hey, watch like we say this and then it
Mm-hmm.
gets applied and like, oh, well, we were wrong. So,
Right. Oh, well, yeah, and you're right about that. So one thing that I thought was really interesting. So one of the things that I've always thought, like I haven't studied the trench, like kit a ton. The thing that always stood out to me though was like trench seems like he would go really nicely with geos. Actually, like he would ramp them up really nicely, or like it seems like he would be a good fit. And in a way, this cron almost makes me think like it doesn't mean that we can't use trench with them, though of course you can't apply their Omicron
well, you can use
and
them
use it
because it
with.
has the line in here about like separatist allies without hive mind, which I
Right.
don't think Trench has. So, I mean, you still gain 25% offense. So, I mean, you can.
Oh, is it? There's still like I'm not looking at the cron right now, so there's still some benefit to that even.
Yeah, there's like a benefit if your other allies have hive mind, but then there's also another sentence that says separatist allies without hive mind.
Oh, okay, all right, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I I think that this is meant to be kind of like a, all right, you geos go over here and have your fun, and then Trench will go have his fun. Because otherwise, I mean, my very first before I even read the new cron was I was thinking like, why is this gonna be a 4 Omicron team? Like you have to have 3 on Trench and a fourth for Poggle.
Don't say that.
I know. Like, don't put that evil on me.
I gotta save
uh,
Omicrons as it is, as you know.
Oh, I know, I know. I mean, that was our whole discussion last time.
I
Was
know.
yeah, it's important, and like this one, I don't know. Like, how good are your geos?
Relic 5.
Okay, across the board, like
Yeah,
Poggle
they're all
too.
relic. Yeah.
Okay, so you could make good use of this then. If you were, I'm not saying that you need to, but like you,
I
you could.
probably won't.
Sure, but like I guess what I'm saying. Okay, so my alt has all gear 12 except Poggle is gear 11.
Okay.
And so it's not even a consideration for me unless it was so good that I wanted to get the whole squad up. But like you could apply it in theory, and my main account too could, and in theory have them contributing immediately at least
Yeah,
in
we'll go
theory.
with that.
Yeah. So I don't know, how interesting is this to you? Like what are your
The
thoughts?
Omicron?
Yeah.
And not really, because it's just a cleanup team to me. If anything, it's just gonna advance the cleanup team a little bit. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's really gonna do too much for me. I'm not gonna like use it as my first choice of team on offense, and I'm not going to put it on defense. So not too much for me.
Yeah, I like honestly, I don't know if it's just the fact that like I've been like scarred by a few GACs where I just can't clear geos. Like, like you get to the back zone and you just can't do it. Like back in the day, they used to be so much more challenging than they are now. But like
Well,
I
there
don't
was a
know if
lot
it's.
more things more challenging back in the day.
Well, I know it's like, oh man, that team like Fin Po used to be so good, and now like I get so excited when I see them on defense because I could beat them with everything, you know. Like Zori Fin
I
Po,
saw that comp in like my last GAC. That wasn't fun. And it
Yeah,
had the Zori Kron.
it's brutal, man. I saw it like
Yeah.
after a certain point, I saw it on every single defense that I faced
Oh,
last
it's brutal.
season.
I'm actually like it makes me excited now to like get Zori up and running.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm like, man, I wish I could do that with my alt, but like, I don't have Ray, so all my characters there are garbage.
That's kind of how I am with the OG count. I'm like, yep, that's not gonna happen because I really don't have resistance.
Right. Oh yeah, it's kind of too bad, but yeah, Zori's really good.
Oh yeah,
A lot of fun.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna play that Omicron, so that'll be good.
Once she's 7-star relic, she's got to get on the list of things to do. But yeah, that'll be a
That's
pretty
true.
fun cron.
It is fun. It really is. Let's see. Trying to walk it back to like where we were with the Poggle stuff though. Yeah, so like geos have always like given me like almost mild like motion sickness or something. I've always hated that team. Just like loathed geos. Like not that they're like horrible. I don't hate their lore. I don't whatever. I don't know. I don't enjoy that team at all, and so I don't want to apply it just for that. But I mean, I think I would if I had to. I think the most interesting thing about it, though, is the fact that Trench is so close to being released, to unlocked for a lot of us, and this is another separatist territory war Omicron that they're giving us, like right here, right, like that they haven't done like this is it makes me think also that we're probably going to get a separatist Datacron set.
I could see that as the next one. I would be. They haven't had a separatist one yet, have they?
Oh, I don't think they have.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next one. So it'll be interesting to see once Trench gets unlocked if there is any synergy there.
Mm-hmm.
Be interesting to see. So now you said your Poggle wasn't relicked on your one account?
On my alt, yeah. Oh, I mean, like my alt, he's gear 11. On my main, he's relict. I don't think I have him all relic 5 because I just what I use them for. I use them as babysitters for my like Sith team for Sith Eternal Emperor.
So does this tempt you at all to relic your Poggle?
No, no. This I'll tell you what. Like whenever they release a new like a one-off cron and
Mhm.
it looks pretty awful, I get so excited when it is awful.
Why?
So I don't want another data or
You
Omicron that
don't
I have
want
to
another one
apply.
that's like good and you're like, man, this has got to go on my list to apply.
Yeah, my list is already way too long. Like I I noticed the other day. So my main account I have 30 Omicrons applied, which is
Hmm.
probably a lot more than
Yep,
most people.
30.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Oh,
definitely don't have 30.
I recently faced someone who had 50.
How many Omicrons are in the game?
At least 50.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, and to be fair, like I probably have most of the GAC ones that are relevant anyways, so it wasn't like it made a huge mismatch, but it was just like a notable. I was like, huh, that is crazy. I mean, because there's a bunch of territory battle ones too that you just don't. If you have a big enough account, you don't have to apply them. So I don't.
Haven't. I
Yeah.
haven't added any TB ones. Didn't add the raid ones yet either. But I mean, depending on what the rewards look like, that could always change. And depending with the guild ones.
My favorite way to mock people lately is like if they have a favorite character or whatever is I tell them like in jest, but I'm like, man, I hope your character gets an Omicron. Like I hope your Stormtrooper Han gets an Omicron, and it's for conquest.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
I know.
You better not say that about Candyman.
Oh, I'll say that about good. Thank you. That's I'll keep that filed away for later. Is
No.
Kr8 still your favorite character? Or I don't even know if he was ever your favorite, but
In game, but that more so goes back to just like a running joke of like I had a Relic Canderous before like he was even relevant for Mall Mandos. And I used to like solo stuff with my Relic Canderous. It was just a joke. But yeah, that's probably my favorite character in game.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. That was one of my favorite nights, honestly, when we peer pressured Ando into
The Zeta?
Zeta him. Yeah.
That was also the same night that you relicked Paplu.
Stop with the hate. Gosh.
You didn't hold on, wait, no. You didn't even just relic him. You Zeta'd him. Wasn't it? Did you Zeta him?
Yeah.
And you almost clicked the upgrade button. And we're like, whoa, don't do that. He's like, nope, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, there wasn't much of my blood that didn't have that wasn't just swimming in alcohol. So yeah, that was a good
Ando
night.
and I tried to save you.
You made me delete Calvin as a friend on my friend list.
I didn't make you do anything.
And then I sent you the friend request because you were like, yeah, like if you were a good friend, like we'd be friends. And so I sent it to you, and then you denied me.
I kept Calvin though.
I know. Well, then you and Calvin both had an open friend slot. Horrific. What a night. Anyways, yeah. So Poggle, not. I don't know. Not. It looks kind of like an early game trap to me. Like, cause a lot like geodes are still kind of common for people to be working on because that's how you get Watt shards, and that's kind of. I mean, I think the thinking is shifting a little bit toward like maybe you should be working on Inquisition instead or something. I don't know. Like Watt is more accessible a little bit at least to people, and a lot of guilds just aren't going to be running the light side or like any of the geo territory battle in favor of the new one.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean, I can see more early game guilds. Maybe they will apply this Omicron to come in handy because if I remember right, a lot of the early game guilds, they still do put geos on defense. Actually, like in my OG accounts guild, I want to say we do have some geos on defense usually, and then we usually see geos. So I mean, I can see it early, maybe mid game. So people still set it. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking more at the end game. But yeah,
right.
Early and mid, I could see it being used a little bit more.
Okay, so I mean, now that you mentioned like, so if we're talking about early game and stuff with our Omicrons, like, what do you? And this is just totally off script or whatever. So putting you on the spot again, which is one of my new favorite games.
Par for the course at this point.
This is good. So
Thanks.
I've discovered it. Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm saying that to myself. I am curious though, like if you had advice to offer a newer player about Omicrons, what would you give? Like they're like, hey, I have a semi-functional Ewok team. Like I even put a little extra gear on them. They're mostly like gear 12-ish. Like, what would you say? Like they're like, hey, I have so many of these weird white upgrade materials. Should I just apply them to random teams like Ewoks? Like, what would you say?
I don't know if I would apply them to random teams like Ewoks, but I don't know. It really depends on your roster, what you have. I gotta even remember what all the Omicrons are because I don't really remember them. But there are like Qui-Gon Jinn, early game character, easy to get. That's a good Omicron. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and you can build teams around him quite easily. So that's a loaded question because it really depends what you have in your roster. Because there are people who lean more light side, more dark side, and then the choices would depend on what you have. But there are like some Omicrons that I probably just wouldn't apply in
Mm.
general. So I don't even know if that makes sense.
No, I mean it is a loaded question. I wasn't trying to trip you up or anything. I am always thinking about that, like uh, because honestly, with the way the galactic challenges are structured and the way they work, like once you can get to the point where you can consistently at least get like you can beat the level 10 with a team. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's they're like, oh yeah, you need Mandalorians here. Like, okay, I don't have any of those, but um, like once you can get to the point where you're beating it, like you can usually get to the point where you're getting Omicrons too. Like there's a certain point, like early-ish game, you're still getting about the same number of Omicrons as end game players are. Like your income is very similar in that regard. Because that's the only place you get them is galactic challenges, and then conquest, I guess. So especially once you cross that 4 million threshold and you can start doing hard mode, like you can do it. You're getting it at a similar accumulation rate, and yet early game you don't have the right squads for it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So like, I mean, I know my alt has Chirpa, this was what I was just goofing around. I was like, I may as well have all these crons, and I was foolish though because I really need them now, and I don't have them available as much. But like I have one on Chirpa, I have one on Akbar and Leia,
Okay.
and like the Akbar and Leia team have gotten me so many kills. Like it's a really fun team. Like Machine Gun Leia is great, super fun. But it's certainly not end game. Like there becomes a point where you're like, well, this doesn't really work
No, but
anymore.
that is an early game friendly Omicron. I mean, you need both of them for it to work very well,
Right.
but that is early game friendly.
Sure. And
Well,
so,
actually, no. Which Leia is it on?
Princess Leia, the
Okay, so
one.
she's early game, yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, wouldn't people be better served by just waiting? Like, just wait till you have Star Killer, then apply Star Killers, and then apply Juhanis or something, and apply Mara Jades.
I mean,
You know.
yeah, but that still might be a while out for people.
I
Like,
know.
so say if you were an early game player, you had, I don't know, at least like 3 Omicron saved up.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't going for Star Killer for a while.
Right.
Would you save them for when you do start going towards Star Killer? Or would you apply like one that'll help you out currently in JAC or Territory War or TV?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking because it's an interesting question to me. Like I think long term, if you're just like very patient, just the soul of patience. If you wanted to wait until until you got closer to the end game, I think you'd be better off just sitting on them.
But
Just
also your crystal income is dependent on if you win JAC. If you apply
yeah.
like a Qui-Gon one early game,
Oh
that could
sure.
win you GACs.
Well, I'm not saying to save all of them. I'm saying like the marginal ones, the ones that aren't good long
Oh, well,
term.
yeah.
Like Qui Gon, I still use every match.
Oh,
Like
I
that
do
that
too.
one's that one. You hit the nail on the head on that one. Like that's probably the first one most people should apply. That one, and maybe if we're looking at just GAC, like that one and probably like the Wampa one are probably the
Yes, the
most
Wampa
player
one.
friendly one.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. And apply the good Zeta, of course,
Oh,
on
can I
him.
trigger you real quick then?
Uh, you're You're making me nervous. All right, here, I'll turn on the game
oh,
as
it's
well.
not this account. It's the other account. I don't have the other Wampa Zeta. It's not this one. It's the other one.
Okay, so
Never mind.
thanks for getting so excited about triggering me. That makes me nervous for the rest of this show, but
The OG account does not have the Wampa Zeta that you like. I do know that.
that is triggering. That's so funny. Yeah, we used to fight about it. It's good times. But
you see
no,
which
like
one they applied the Omicron to?
I thought it was really funny actually. Like you and I hadn't talked for a few months, and then you and I had talked, and then like I forget what we had talked about, but something about Wampa, and then like the next day, the new Wampa Omicron came out, and we were like, "What?" It was like CG was like waiting for us to actually like.
I think I messaged you and I was like, "Did you see which one they put it on? The good Zeta."
No, they did that to force people to apply the bad Zeta.
No.
As well.
No.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, everyone obviously would apply the good one."
You're one of the only people that think that one was the good one.
I'm not wrong. So
you can go with that. Okay.
That's fine. But the good news is Zetas are, well, and I don't want to be dismissive of anyone, but like Zetas are common enough even earlier, even to earlier game people. Like both Zetas, I think are probably pretty worthwhile on Wampa, especially for what he does for you in GAC. Like he's a one man wrecking crew.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen I've seen a couple screenshots. There's like some of my favorites of like people who place Omicron Wampa on defense, and then it like obviously if you can kill it the first time, then you're good to go. Like don't worry about it. But then like it's only been a few screenshots, but like once because you can't just place one character on defense. They won't let you do it.
You have to do all of them. Yeah.
Right. As opposed to ships, which lets you go undersized and stuff. But like Wampa, if someone fails and leaves Wampa alive, that suddenly becomes like an implacable foe that you have to use like a galactic legend to get rid of.
I wouldn't say that, but okay.
Well, I mean, especially when it was first released, it was so good, and now there's a lot of teams that beat him, just like all the power creep that's going on. But like, I've seen these like screenshots of people with like like 13 holds, and it's almost like worth crying laughing. It's so like someone was like, "Oh, I'll just go waltz in, like use this nonsense team." Of course, it's not a good team. Like it's Wampa, but he doesn't have his Omicron turned on, and they waltz in, and then something goes off, and then they lose, and then they just can't get through that wall. Like it's just a nightmare. It makes me happy.
Now I have a feeling we're gonna see a ton of like screenshots of Wampa on defense.
I hope so, man. I hope so. All right, should we do our trigger photo?
You like completely skipped over your lifter units discussion, but yeah, we could go to trigger photo.
Oh wow, yeah, we didn't talk
and the
about
character
lifters.
review. You're like not sticking to the schedule.
Okay, Mom. No, we're no the character review we still have time for that. That's after the trigger photo. So
you could do the trigger photo.
I'm allowed to? Okay.
Yeah, you're allowed.
Thank you. Thank you, Kate. I really appreciate that. All right. Let's see. Is this the one? No, this is not the one. Hold on.
There's like 2 of them there, so take your pick.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Yep. So what I'm showing, you can't actually see what I'm showing, but you picked them. So
well, if you just tell me which one, I can look at it. Like who posted it?
I have no idea. So I just grabbed them and threw them into my slideshow. I have all the past and present trigger photos all on my slideshow. Yeah, it's great.
You make a slideshow?
Yeah, on OBS. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you meant like PowerPoint. I was like, what?
Nope. It's OBS. You use OBS to stream, don't you?
Yeah, but I keep it simple.
Yeah, my OBS complexity level has continued to increase. I don't know if it's designed to be as crazy as I use it for, but what's a man to do? And some people do way crazier stuff, to be clear, but yeah, some people use it for like really cool effects. I use it for like slideshows. It's pretty cool. Anyways, that's almost a triggering photo on its or thought on its own. But yeah, so it's just the so Grand Inquisitor and 4 people with for the Inquisition with their Omicrons.
Is this the one with the Star Killer under it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I told you we had to pick these, like the one with an Inquisitor on them.
Yeah, it's ludicrous, man.
And there was 2 of them posted. I was like, all right, like we gotta adjust this. Like 1, okay, 2, no.
Here, I'll switch to the other one. This one makes me laugh even more because
the one that has no GI.
Yeah, like they just have all 5 of these, and
unless your Inquisitor's name is Grand Inquisitor or Third Sister, don't apply the Omicron. Just don't do it.
Right. And so, I mean, it probably shows good sense on their end. Like they didn't apply Zetas on this one. That there's 2 of them that don't have Zetas.
They are missing.
They probably placed them on Wampa, so that's the good news. But the bad news, the bad news is like they're missing really important crons because or Zetas. I will say, pretty much all of the Zetas are worthwhile unless they're leadership Zetas for Inquisition.
I didn't even realize the Zetas were missing on it too. I was just really triggered by the Omicrons.
Well, it's like it's almost the gift that keeps giving because this person has overinvested on Inquisition in the sense that like they have Omicrons on all of them for no reason. Like it's just it's very silly of them. But then the person below them doesn't have has nothing. But they have Grand Inquisitor. The person above that, like
and you have the Datacron. You have the Datacron too ready.
Yeah, like what the hell is Bartholomew doing? Like you have to wonder if they had all of those Omicrons on there before they before they were even relicked. Like they just decided to throw them on.
Well, kind of like how they announced it, like, oh, let me throw the Omicron on. Kind of like that.
Yeah, you know what we need to do sometime? We need to play like guess the Omicron number, like the number of applied Omicrons on certain characters are like so shocking.
Oh, you can find that? I mean, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, GG has that info. Yeah, it's
oh fat. God. Can we look at the Inquisitor ones?
Do you want to do it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, here I'm gonna pause it. Yeah. Okay. So we looked them up, and Kate, you are shocked at some of these some of the applications. I've looked at these
numbers before. Yeah, I am.
So the number 1 is not that surprising, actually, or the number 2. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Wampa and then Qui-Gon, the top 2. Actually, I didn't realize that they were the top 2. So
how is Chirpa? I mean, I guess I know why Chirpa's that high.
Well, it's funny. Like those are the 3 we talked about today.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, because you build a functional Ewok team to unlock C-3PO, right?
Oh,
like everyone has, especially for early game. Like Ewoks are very functional. Even at the lower level, like if you get them all to gear 10, it's like, yeah, that beats a ton of teams, actually. Like, cause they, you throw a few Zetas on the team and you're good. You may as well throw the Omicron on in a lot of people's minds.
I mean, for the longest time with my OG account, I had the Ewoks on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But, like, that used to be one of my go-to backwall teams.
No, and I mean, if you make Pat Blue fast, then you can get holds. It surprises people because people don't realize just how fast Paplu can get if you put the right speed mods on. Now, I don't know if it's worth putting that many good mods on him, frankly, but
Always relic him too, right?
yeah, yeah, may as well just jump in. Yeah, so
There's
what
24,000 Kr8?
isn't
Oh
this
my god.
isn't it crazy?
And
Like
then
some of these
13,000
applications.
Luminara?
13,000. And you
Yo,
today, you
10,000
just
Rose
told me to
Tico.
you just told me today that you didn't even realize that Luminara had one. Like
I didn't.
13,000 people.
I didn't realize it.
I know, which is like shameful, but otherwise like no,
Look, there's a
it's
lot of
fine.
them to keep track of.
Though there are. And it's such a forgettable one. Anyways, but 13,000 people have applied it.
There's actually quite a few characters in here that I didn't realize had Omicrons.
Okay, you like keep digging your hole here.
I know. I know.
I'm like, I'm like, no, it's fine, it's fine. You're like, actually, it's not fine. Let me let me explain some more about what I'm doing wrong. I'm like, gosh, don't
Whoa.
do that. What?
107,000 Hera ones?
Um. Oh yeah. So you go down to the territory battles and it resets. I do think it's funny. Third sister only has she has 98 Omicrons on her lead. It looks like, and then the other ones are just 29 total. But yeah, Rolo has 80,000.
You know what I actually find quite interesting?
Hmm.
Boba Fett, Scion, and Django is not one of the top ones.
Oh, because he's not early game. He's actually fairly
No,
tough to
that's
get.
true. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true because he was Conquest and everything. Nope, you're right with that because I don't even have him on the OG account.
He's a tough dude to find, but like Hera, it's like
Hera's early game.
yeah, she's early game, and people are like, oh yeah, I have a ton of these little white monsters just rolling around on my account. I may as well apply them on whatever. And Hera, it's like, I mean, Phoenix are kind of a good functional squad too, early game. I mean, I'd hesitate to say good. Like if you approach it the right way, like Sabine can be really nice. Her Zeta's like kind of overpowered for a certain like very limited stretch in the game and stuff, early game. But yeah, like
Ram will be very happy to see that Mace is number 3.
yeah, man, Ram lucked into Mace being good now. He's one of my favorite characters at this point. But
Oh yeah. Okay. There's not as many like other Inquisitors, Zetas, Omicrons as I thought. I mean, there's still more than would like, but
well, yeah, okay. So I mean, so here's something funny though. There are more second sister Omicrons applied than either of the non-leadership Grand Inquisitor.
well,
Wait,
he's hard to get.
I mean, I guess. Oh no, is that all of the Grand Inquisitor? Where's the main Grand Inquisitor?
That's all of them. There's the 2, and then the third one is above Cal Kestis. So they're all, but the
Oh wow, yeah.
GI is a hard
Jeez,
character to unlock. Like, not that many people have him, and he is still like, wasn't there only like what 2 events for him so far?
Yeah, so by the way, guys, I'm gonna put the link to what we're looking at because they can't see it because my computer sucks so much it would take up too many resources to be showing it. As med as that is, we would just freeze and die, and crash. But yeah, like it's still just so crazy to me. Like second sister more applied than any of the Grand Inquisitor ones. Fifth brother, same thing.
But okay, all right. So the only time I can see somebody applying an Inquisitor Omicron that's not Grand Inquisitor or Riva would literally be if like we've had like huge gaps in between Grand Inquisitor events. That is the only way I could see one getting applied.
Okay.
But that's still a lot.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I just like, yeah, it kind of breaks my mind just a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. Grand Inquisitor isn't widely unlocked. Like just because it's like a requirement in the guilds that I like talk to or associate with. Like everyone, we all were like, oh yeah, like we got 49 this time. It's the other person's like, oh well, we got 50. Riva shards. It's like, well, everyone's got Grand Inquisitor. But that's not the truth. It's not the case. He's only had 2 weeks worth of unlock time. So let me see. What's the lowest applied Omicron? That's what I want to know. Other than like
Overall?
trench. Yeah, I'm looking here.
I
So
mean,
let's see.
other than Third Sister.
Yeah, trench and third sister don't count. But let's see. So Sortie has 45 or 4,500. Tuscan Warrior, I guess, but that's new enough. That only has less than 500. For
Guard
characters that have been
has
around,
IPD has 3,000.
only 3,000. Okay. Um,
That looks like the
everything else,
lowest.
pretty much everything else is over 1,000 for the most
And
part.
everything else is new. Like at the bottom of what are these GAC ones? It's like Afra, Ben Solo, the droid set for Afra, Zori. So they're still like relatively new.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting though. Phasma is the highest for Territory Wars. Which that's not a terrible
surprising
choice.
at all. That's not surprising.
No. No, because a lot of people unlock Supreme Leader Kylo first. And then they have Phasma. Might as well throw an Omicron on. So that being said, why don't we jump to why don't we jump to discussion about, I don't know, we could talk about the pack review, we could do Kr8. What do you want to do, Kate?
We could do the pack review.
All right, hold on. That's going to take one moment, I think. I got to figure this out. Hold on. All right, we're back, and you guys didn't notice that we were gone at all. Okay, so Kate's opposed to us telling you guys about the schedule because we're not keeping it. So I'll try to be more well behaved, Kate. I apologize.
I didn't say any. No.
You know what? It's actually your fault, though, that we got derailed on the Omicrons.
No,
I said we
that's
should do
not
it
my
later.
fault. Because you brought up the whole, like, oh, this, like, count.
I know, you got interested. So
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know it was a thing. I mean, I should have known it was a thing, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. You guys, and people watching can go to the linked in the video description. So, anyways, we're gonna look at this dash pack. What the interesting thing about this is that once you buy it, apparently, and I haven't done this myself. This is coming from Rua Baron, or I forget how.
You don't want to try it for science?
I was hoping you would, Kate.
No.
We could say it's because it was for science. It didn't require.
No.
You're not
No.
free to play. Okay.
No,
All right.
we're not doing that.
All right. So the dash pack here, $10, and what you get for it? Can you open it, please? Thank you. You get 65 shards of dash, which you were so grossed out by this. Like, you and your free-to-play sensibilities. You're like,
no, I mean...
What?
Yeah, because he's double drop. So, yeah. Well, it'll save you, like, what? A week or two, maybe?
I mean, he is in Cantina, right? That's where you...
I don't even remember where he's at. Yeah, he's Cantina because there was only one that wasn't, and it wasn't Dash. So that's, like, even easier. No.
Okay, so you bought, well, I mean, but it's in Cantina, and you need 2 others from Cantina. He's an expensive Cantina one too. It's like 16 energy for it.
I'm not gonna even say I'd rather do Cantina because I wouldn't, because that's eating into my relic material. But it's easier than the light side, dark side ones. Drop rate rise.
Yeah. I
Please don't
mean,
start putting more stuff on Cantina. CG, if you're watching this, don't do it. I don't want any more on Cantina.
man, Meat Face is like noted. He's gonna. All right, so what happens here though? The really interesting part is you buy this pack, and apparently, what you get is this pack, and so you spend $10, and then this one magically appears in its place. Apparently, Kate's gonna buy this pack momentarily, so we'll be able to tell, and
No,
then
I think you should do it. You're the one that does stuff for science.
you were just telling me about how you guys like broke a lab. Like that's like what you do for work is
That
lab
doesn't mean I need to
things.
buy a pack.
Oh, you're
That has
the one who
nothing to do with
you're
it.
way more sciencey than I am.
No, that has nothing to do with
Okay,
it.
all right. I I think it is, but anyways, we so this pack appears, and this pack for $20. I don't know. What do you think as the free to play, the spokesperson for all free to play people?
I will not be the spokesperson for all free to play people.
You
Will
already
not do
are,
that.
Kate. You already
No,
are. You have that position.
no, I would get so much crap for that.
Good. I would hope you
But
would.
I mean, the big draw with this is the gear, not the dash. The 25 dash
Right.
shards.
Sure. Sure. Well, and honestly, so you were saying like, what's the appeal? By the way, I just want to point out with the old pack, with the pack there, like people are still spending $20 for 30 shards of new characters, and I know he's not a new character, but people are still like that's the kind of going rate, so it's not like the very worst deal ever.
I mean, I get it. It helps people get caught up.
Right.
I get it. It expedites it a little bit.
Right. Well, I'm not saying I'm not trying to defend it. I did just I mean a little bit defending
I
it. I
mean, you
guess I
are
just want
defending
to.
it. Yeah.
Right. I just want to make sure that like it's not the very very worst, but it's not the but this pack for $20, that this is money spent. This is really good actually.
But this isn't even just $20. It's technically 20 plus the 10 from the other, so you're still spending $30.
Right. Oh, well, and there is that. I mean, and it's such a weird thing. It's like I don't think this is. You know what? Like this is
I mean, I don't know
this
the
is
going
almost
rate for
worth
the gear.
$30. This is almost worth
Seriously?
$30. Yeah,
Really?
for oh, I mean, yeah, yes. Just in terms of like if you look at the vault prices and stuff, if you're just going by crystal prices, then yeah, this is a steal for $30. This is great. This is wonderful.
That's interesting. I would have never guessed that. That's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, just from a crystal standpoint, like this is absolutely worth it if you just want to look like for $30. Yeah, yeah, full pieces. Yep, it's pretty nice. I mean, like I've bought them a few times, like those packs that are $10, and you get a full fusion. Like I've done that a few times. So yeah, this is a good deal in terms of crystals. If you want to spend money on the game, I guess, like especially if you don't have Dash, this isn't a bad deal for a pack,
I
honestly.
mean, that's the only way I would ever even like consider buying it is if I didn't have Dash.
Yeah. Well,
If you
yeah.
have Dash, I don't think it's worth it at all.
You don't want the shard shop currency, Kate?
No. No. Do you?
I mean, I want it. Do I?
Do you want the shard shop currency?
Not bad enough to spend $30 for some of it.
There we go.
Well, I mean, it's the same. Like, you go to Walmart and they're like, "Would you like cash back?" I'm like, "Of course I would like cash back." Like, word your questions better, Walmart. But you know,
Do you
anyways,
need it?
right, right. Like, am I going to be doing it? Yeah, I think this. Honestly, I actually think that if you're a spender and you need these pieces, I think you just pull the trigger. You get so like shard shop currency isn't the reason you do it, but these pieces are applicable to a ton of different characters, and if it's something that you were going to spend crystals on anyways for these, this is a better option. So,
Can go with that.
all right, cool. Good talk. We're actually like starting to wind down here in terms of time. So, should we talk about, what do you think? Should we answer a question, or should we? We'll play Kate roulette. I don't know if that's not a thing, but
That's not a.
all right. I'll let you decide though. Are we gonna?
Is it basically in between if we talk about Candyman or questions?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We can go with the questions.
All right. Well.
Candyman gets pushed off another week.
All right. Well, sorry, Candyman. Don't wanna make that guy mad, but you know. All right. Hold on. We gotta pull this up. All right. It took way longer than I wanted to for this to find the selection panel for the viewer questions. But all right, we've got 2 great questions right now. One of them, great question. Starkiller just got relevant for me. I saw your essential on him, like my faction essentials video, but was wondering, as Luminara now has an Omicron, would you consider her as well? And if so, with whom? Who would you place her with?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
It asked
No?
if we would consider her. I wouldn't.
Why not? Have you read her Omicron?
No, I didn't know it existed until today.
So why wouldn't you consider? You don't even know if it's good or not.
No.
Okay. I agree.
Because Starkiller, GAC, you're going to use the Starkiller Omicrons. Territory War, you're going to look at Mara Jade, which would be choice number 1, and then choice number 2 would be Juhani.
Sure.
That's the ones you should be applying over Luminara.
I agree. Luminara's is just total trash. It's like ungood. So.
Did you apply it?
No. No. Thank goodness. I've applied my share of ill-advised Omicrons, but that's not one.
You could totally make that like a channel reward.
Why do you hate me so much? Gosh.
Just an idea.
Yeah. You know what? Someone asked me once how much they'd have to pay, to choose which squad I was going to use to attack with or something. And I was like, you're right. Like, every man has his price. I think I'll charge $1,000. Someone wants to choose my squad and just sabotage my GAC potentially. I'll do it. For $1,000. Yeah. And
would you rather do that? Would you rather have it set up for that, or would you rather have like a goal for like a relic, like how people do like the Relic 9, or apply a Luminara Omicron?
I don't know. I should probably do something like that. What do you do on your streams?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So, good talk, Kate.
I don't stream enough. I streamed once in the past like 2 months.
All right, so in the comments, folks, let me know if I should start considering that. If I should, would you be more engaged with my streams if I had like some kind of a goal of like, hey, if we reach this goal, this sub goal, I'll put Relic 9 on low gray.
Paplu. It's gotta be Paplu. You know that too. It's gotta be Paplu.
Yeah, you're right. Fine. Paplu. What would you guys think? I want to hear it. All right. Final question here. Great question. With the new focus on making all factions usable, so that's like Zori, is coming in and turd polishing, etc. On Mothma, there's a ton of teams the Tuscans. Would you be better off not chasing the meta, going against the grain, and possibly putting your roster in a better position for the latest and greatest? Case in point, if you went for Rey instead of Jedi Master Luke or Supreme Leader Kylo or Jedi Master Kenobi a year ago, you would have seen Ben Solo, Zori Bliss, and now Cal Kestis and crew come into the game, which now makes her look much more appealing. Which is that's a really long question. Damn.
Yeah, I'm trying to digest it a little bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do you think? I'll let you know. Answer first. Or I can, if you still want to digest.
I mean, I'm more so, like, I kind of look at it in two ways. The one way is GL-wise, and the other way is off-meta. So, it really depends where you're at. And I hate saying that because I feel like I say that for everything.
That's your stock thing.
No, it does, though. It does. So, like
one day you're going to be famous. Oh, you already are. But, like, people are going to be like, hey, Kate, such and such. And you're going to be like, oh, if you do your pose or whatever, you'll be like, just depends on where you're at. Everyone's like, she did the thing. She said the thing. Sorry.
No, but, like, so take my OG count, for example. Mm-hmm. It has 3 GLs. The third one just got unlocked. I'm facing people who have anywhere from rarely C3, but more like 5 GLs. In order for me to keep up with them, I can't just keep chasing GLs. Like, they take a long time to get. I mean, I'm going for SLKR now, but
they take forever, yeah.
But like incorporating squads like Starkiller squads into your roster, you're able to better keep up with them, and they're quote unquote cheaper because it's 4 characters at Relic 5 as opposed to 14, 15, maybe 16.
Yeah, typically like 14 plus a ship or something. But then you also have to gear up the Galactic Legend on top of that, so it's expensive. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think it's a little bit so it's like, okay, there's a bunch of trash Jedi right now. Like you could almost just call it like the Jedi Council team or something like that. You know, like Eth Koth and Kit Fisto and a bunch of just total garbage. Like that's. Like no one in their right minds has them geared unless they have a specific reason, like for territory.
Well, but a lot of people have them geared because, like, before a lot of us became involved with like the community and stuff, we geared up the characters we liked.
You sound almost bitter. I'm sorry.
What?
I feel a little bit sad. You're like, remember when we used to have fun at this game?
Right? Kidding.
Poor Kate.
No, I still have fun. If I didn't have fun, I wouldn't be playing. Good. That's how I say it. But
good. We're not here to have fun.
A lot of people have those characters already geared up. I mean, granted, I totally off topic. I'm really hoping they do introduce like the Jedi High Council faction. Maybe even like redo some people. I mean, we are coming up on like. Well, so this year we have Return of the Jedi, the 40 years, which they're probably not going to do that for that. If that, we'd get like Endor Leia and stuff like that. But you also have 15 years for Clone Wars, the TV series.
Yeah.
So you could incorporate it with that.
You know what I would like? I don't know if this is too specific for you. I don't know how into Clone Wars you are, but I would love it if they renamed Clone Sergeant to Heavy. Like, because they based his character model off of him, like his gun and everything. It's pretty...
I just want more clones. I actually really like the clones.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It's, yeah. No, but okay, but more to the point of like, okay, so if people are working on things that aren't Galactic Legends, that's one thing. Like, there's a lot of good and valid teams, but like this person's saying, like, well, what if you just worked on like speculating? Like, there's still too much space, in my opinion, to be like, all right, I'm just gonna gear some random crap and hope the CG makes it relevant in a year. In a year's time, it will pan out because it hasn't ever panned out to have geared Koth. Like,
You
it's
say
been
that now, then watch like next week they announce like something with
no,
Utah.
you're right, you're right. But it's been 7 years of not panning out for Koth, is all I'm saying. Like, there's not, and you might be waiting. I bet they'll make him good eventually. Maybe like in a couple weeks, like you say. Maybe in. Have you ever seen his leadership?
No.
Oh my lord, it is something. It's a sight to behold. We're just derailing ourselves. Yeah, we gotta. But I think my answer is just chase the meta stuff, please.
60. Wow.
Isn't that?
Oh my god.
Just six,
Wow.
and it's not
That's
even
so
like
sad.
it's not even.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
It's not even like a lot of those old leaderships that are like and non Jedi allies gain half of that.
No, it's
Like
just that.
it's just like if you're not a Jedi, you don't get my sweet bonuses that I have to offer.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, this whole kit's like that.
All right, it is time to pull the plug. So, see you guys next week. Thank you, Kate, for helping out. It's been a lot of fun.
Getting off topic the whole time.
The whole time. Stop sounding so bitter.
Not.
All right. All right, folks. We'll see you next week.